Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fourth episode of the Last Man Standing podcast brought to you by Morgan Sports. My name is Wyatt Morgan. I'm your host today, and today we have a new host, Jesse, who also, like me, is a big time Miami fan. Say what's up, my boy.
Go Fins!
Go Fins. That's right, my boy. That's right, my boy. We're going to get him next season. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Today, we're going to be reacting to the divisional round. We're going to start off with the Ravens-Texans game. What do you think about that one, Jesse?
Yeah, I think the Ravens' ability to really bury their opponent is very important in these playoff games where, they're not just stopping. They're turning they're destroying their opponent by a large margin. And, CJ Stroud had you know, he still played pretty good and has an awesome season, but future looks really nice for him. But I think the Ravens are the most complete team.
Yeah, by far. The Ravens are definitely the most complete team. I mean, on both sides of the ball as well, offense, defense. And I
Definitely.
mean, I would want to say that the 49ers have an amazing team. They're pretty complete, but Brock Purdy, you know what I'm saying? It's just Brock Purdy, but the Ravens destroyed the Texans going into halftime 10-10, and then they came out and put up another, I can't do math, 24 points and stopping them from scoring anything. It was an incredible performance by the Ravens. I didn't expect it. As a Ravens hater, I didn't expect that. But they won 34-10, and CJ Stroud has a very bright future for the Texans. The next game, Packers-Niners, it was very close, 24-21, and I'm so shocked that the Packers almost won it. I mean, Jordan Love is, I mean, if he keeps doing this, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, and the Packers will have three Hall of Fame quarterbacks back to back. It's in the script though. The Packers always beat the Cowboys, lose the Niners. It's the playoff script every season in the NFC. Um, I mean, that final drive by Brock Purdy, yeah, he coordinated it, but was it really all him? You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
barely got by though. Go ahead.
yeah. I just think it was an awful performance by the Niners because they're expected to be like the juggernaut team along with the Ravens, and they just showed a really poor performance, and their offense really struggled, I think. And it's so simple for Brock Purdy. The offense is very simple compared to a lot of teams, and they really rely on their star players like Debo and Kittle um and Purdy just has to make those throws. And I don't think he had a great game, but his final drive was really redeeming for him. But I think something to worry about is because uh how the Green Bay defense is not really that great, and how they just struggled against it. And even
Mm,
though Debo was out, I'm not sure if he's going to be here for this next upcoming game in the championship against the Lions. Uh,
mm.
but I'm a little bit iffy about them. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, especially with a poor performance against the Packers defense. That's what's shaking me. And I mean, obviously Debo was out for a great majority of that game. He's expected to play next week, but it's not um, confirmed nor denied yet. There's still a good chance that he won't play. But they did look shaky against the Packers defense, which makes me worried for them in the NFC Championship against the Lions, which brings us to our next game, Lions versus Buccaneers. This game was very close up until the end, and then they threw up another score on them. 31-23. I thought the Bucks could win this game, and they could have. They had a lot of opportunities to do so, and they damn near almost did. The comeback almost happened, but at the end of the game, the Lions just overpowered, and I mean they're the better seeded team for that reason.
yeah. I agree. I wasn't expecting the Bucks to get too far in the playoffs, but I do really love their team, and I really do love Baker Mayfield. I
Oh
think
yeah. Oh
that
yeah.
he's just having a kind of a statement season. That he wasn't a waste. And he had some great numbers, especially against Green Bay early. It was a little later on in the season where he almost put on like 40 points on the Green Bay
Mm,
defense. and
yeah.
and just like um I think he's definitely the future. for the Buccaneers, and I really liked his performance. I know the game-ending interception is, that shit happens sometimes, but
Yeah,
I
it's
think,
unfortunate.
yeah, I think he overall all played better than Jared Goff, and I think his playmaking ability really showed.
Yeah, definitely. I do hope the Buccaneers re-sign him. Coming from Florida, both of us, we're Miami fans, but we'll sneak a little bit of Tampa rooting in there. Only for the Bucks.
Yeah,
Only
for
for the
sure.
Bucks, for sure. Just a tiny smidge. Um I hope Tampa Bay does re-sign him. He not overpay him, but at least re-sign him. Because I mean, he seems like the guy that they need. He fits the program really well. He's got the swagger back. He's not an elite quarterback, but I mean, hey, he nearly took them to the NFC Championship game. That's all I got to say. Um, and then we got the Chiefs versus the Bills. The good old classic Mahomes versus Allen. Our next Manning versus Brady. I love this matchup. This matchup is something I always love to see. I mean, Josh Allen lost, so I'm happy for that. But it's always it's always a good matchup. I thought going into this game the Bills would win, being that it's the first playoff game against Mahomes in Buffalo. I thought that would give them the advantage. And I mean, we almost got to see Mahomes versus Allen in overtime again. If Tyler Bass hadn't missed Wyatt right. And with the new overtime rules, I thought that there was that for sure, it would be like, oh man, I thought the script was going to be like Mahomes beats Allen in in the overtime last time they met up, right? And then this time, with the new overtime rules, the Bills would have a chance to get the ball again and go down and score, and then they would end up winning later on in the overtime. I thought it'd be a great script to be like, the rules changed and saved Allen or something like that, but it was a close game nonetheless.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a classic already. And I really like how both of these quarterbacks, or the teams really rely on both of these quarterbacks to get the job done. They both are massive playmakers when there's not much opportunity on the field. They use their feet or make crazy Mahomey throws. But
Mahomes.
yeah, it's a great matchup. I do think the Bills had a better team. I know they were dealing with some injuries, but I think
Hmm.
it just goes to show why, I'm not one to glaze Patrick Mahomes, but I think he definitely has earned his number one spot for the best quarterback in the NFL
Yeah.
um with what he's working with, with
Oh, for
Kadarius
sure.
Toney and all
Kadarius,
these
Marquise
people.
Valdez Scanting. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's. I mean, he's had so many statements over his career, but yeah, good win for him. But I hope he loses.
Yeah, I just don't want to see Swift in the Super Bowl. I just don't want to
Oh,
see Taylor Swift in
hell
the Super
no.
Bowl. I'll let Mahomes win a Super Bowl as long as Taylor Swift isn't going to be there. Honestly, like if they break up the week before the Super Bowl, let them win. Let them win the championship again. I don't care at that point. Um, I'm a big Ravens hater. As a Dolphins fan, we get blown out by them all the
Hmm.
time. Um, and I hate
Hey,
it.
not
But
last year though.
hey, not last year. Last year we had that comeback. That's
That
right,
was the
boy. We
greatest
had
game of
that.
all time. That was
That
awesome.
was awesome, dude. But I gotta root for the Ravens. I don't want to see Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. I really don't. So I don't
I
know.
don't
We'll
blame
see
you.
what happens there though. But yeah. What was crazy? I wanted to comment on this actually. It's crazy that the Bills were even in that spot because they went from 6-6 to getting the second seed. And I feel what was crazy about it was when we played them Week 18. We already had a playoff spot. Whether or not we lost or won that game, we were in the playoffs. But for them, it was either get the second seed or get eliminated, which I think is the most shaky win or loss thing you could possibly have. And a lot of people are saying like, "Oh, the Bills. This was the Bills' year." No, it wasn't. It, it would have been. Imagine they lost Miami game. They wouldn't have even been in the playoffs. You know what I mean? They won the Miami game. They got the second seed. It was too shaky, and I I just it wasn't their year in my mind. I think the window in Buffalo has closed. They're always saying it's not closed yet. It's closed. Um, they're not
I
winning.
agree
Diggs is overrated. It's
for
over.
sure.
But yeah, divisional round was kind of wild. I mean, it kind of went the way we all thought, it was going to go. Everybody, it was kind of like pretty much like, oh yeah, these are the better teams and these teams are going to win. No real upsets. Near upset with the Packers, but yeah, it was a pretty fun divisional round. The wild card was definitely more fun, but it was a pretty good divisional round. But that's going to do it for us for episode 4. We'll see you guys later in episode 5 and have a good one. Peace out.
See ya.